right? We got to end it with Cristiano. It's contractual rules, traffic, clicks. You know how it is. Let's try to get into. Let's look at what happened last night. I'm trying to project myself into his head. He has a World Cup coming up, and that has to be, I think, his only focus. And by the way, the clock is ticking. I mean, this time next month, in fact, on this very day, in 31 days, the World Cup begins.
Yeah, that's right.
And in 3 weeks, he'll be gone, right, with Portugal. Do you send a message to Uncle George, and say, look, I don't care how much it costs. January, let's find a different club.
I think so.
Do you do that?
I think so.
He's just like, I'll go anywhere. I'll cut my wages. I'll pay to leave if I have to.
But Gab, if he storms off like this for not coming on against Spurs in his own team's best performance of the season, he's not clearly mentally he's not there. Clearly he's not happy with decision from the manager, from everything that's happening on the pitch. Otherwise, he should be happy. By the way, he should have been happy with his mate Benzema winning the Ballon d'Or, but he's the only one who hasn't said well done.
How do you know?
Well, maybe publicly then. Maybe he said privately, but publicly, everybody has in the world of football, apart from him. You know, even Messi said, well, Karim deserves it, blah, blah, blah.
Has Mathieu Valbuena?
Mathieu Valbuena himself, he has. Okay. He has indeed on French radio yesterday or Tuesday. But anyway, Cristiano does what he wants. But if he storms off like this, after all the things that we've had already this season, the one in pre-season, against Real Sociedad, the one where he shakes his head and he's not happy and he's this and he's that. He's been starting when Rashford was injured. He's been playing. He's had game time. He can't say, I don't have game time. He never plays me. I don't like him.
I think he's started 2 league games this season, plus some Europa League nonsense.
Yeah. No, but... Okay.
So... to say like he's been starting is...
No, he's been starting lately, Lately when Rashford was injured. He started, the Everton game? Everton, he came on after 15 minutes when Martial got injured. Started against Newcastle.
Yeah. So he started one game.
Yeah, okay.
One game ahead of the midweek game against Spurs. I seriously, I think there's a grown-up conversation to be had here between the parties concerned, right? If he went into the season saying, okay, I'm here at Old Trafford, I believe in myself. I have the track record to prove it. I will convince Ten Hag that I deserve to play, and he's going to tweak his system around me, and we're going to finish in the top 4 and win the Europa League or whatever. At this stage, you have to ask the question, say, Eric, should we just call it a day? But right because now, it's hurting him vis-a-vis the World Cup, which as well, right?
We've heard some of Cristiano's friends in the media right now saying, if he'd been on the pitch, he would have scored that, he would have scored that.
Yeah, my head wheel should be my uncle.
Exactly. And trust me, Spurs, United would not have played the way they did against Spurs, especially without the ball, out of possession, if Cristiano had started that game ahead of Rashford. And no one can say, Ten Hag has done this wrong and he's got this against him and I think Ten Hag has made the right choices all along this season so far. And that performance against Spurs shows the progress that the team is making, shows that he got most of the things right. Okay, maybe the derby against City, you could say.
Yeah.
But in regards of Cristiano, I don't think that any of us can point something out and say, Ten Hag got it wrong there with Cristiano, or he should have done this with Cristiano.
I think you can say he got it wrong in the sense that when Cristiano played, he didn't get in the service Cristiano needs to make a difference. But other than that, that's not his job. Eric Ten Hag, Cristiano has a contract until the end of the season. Eric Ten Hag has a multi-year contract, and he's got to think longer term. I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I hope, because I want to see Cristiano at his best at the World Cup.
Yeah.
And I want to see Cristiano playing regularly and scoring goals after January. I hope they find some resolution. I think the resolution has to be making a deal so that he can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think at this stage it should be obvious to everyone.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.